Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. This is Simon with Our Trade. We're starting our weekly webinar, mapping out a week ahead. We all know we had quite a turbulent week, and I'm excited to see what's waiting for us in the upcoming week. So, a few things about the webinar for new people. What we're trying to do here is really try to analyze things that happen and try to create a structure and a plan for the upcoming week. That's pretty much what it is. And as I usually say, as traders like to say it, you plan your trade and then you trade your plan. So it just creates a little bit more order and then possible better results in our trading. A few things about myself. My name is Simon Friedman. I'm a senior account manager with Ava Trade. I've been involved with trading since June of 2000. I started as a prop trader in New York City. And after 11 years of doing that, I moved into a different way of trading and started to mentor and educate others. And I'm very happy I have this great opportunity to assist our customers at Alva Trade. Now, the agenda of the webinars, usually we talk about indices, stocks, commodities, FX. We'll take a look at some screenshots from articles, and we'll take a look at the charts for some technicals. Today it's going to be a little bit unusual as it's pretty much all down last week, and we'll just go through the major instruments and try to see on the charts what could be a next move from the technical perspective. We'll take a look at economic calendars and try to see what's waiting for us in the upcoming week. A risk warning, what we do here, of course, is not suggesting any trades. It's purely educational. You can find the full statement on avatrade.com. Social media channels, please follow us on Telegram, X, and YouTube. If you are watching this on YouTube, please don't forget to click likes if you like it. Share it with people that might be benefiting. And if you have any comments, questions, please feel free to type them in. Okay, so let's move. All the articles you can find at marketwatch.com. So this is from Barron's. The stock market had its worst week since the pandemic. Keep hope alive. And it says right here, President Donald Trump holds a document at the tariff announcement Rose Garden of the White House on Wednesday. I don't know if you had the chance to see it. I tried to see all the live, live stream. And that was interesting because he just said order tariffs, and everybody's kind of, felt released or relieved. And the market actually had a spike, but then when they give him that board with all the numbers, the market just starts falling. And that's from Wednesday night all the way into Friday closing, where the market was really falling. You can find the article, read more about it. Right here, title says Trump is fighting a trade war he can't win. The stock market is the loser. And that was on Friday, I think, when China announced that 34% tariffs on US, and the market continued actually falling, pushing down on that news as well. And the last thing over here, it says President Donald Trump on Saturday told followers on his Truth Social platform to hang tough in a post reaffirming his administration's stance on its sweeping Liberation Day tariffs, which shook markets this week. In the post, Trump said the U.S. was bringing back jobs and businesses and called the tariff regime an economic revolution. Hang tough, it won't be easy, but the end result will be historic, he wrote. Oh, definitely will be historic. I guess we'll see how it will be affecting everyone. Dow Jones Industrial Average and S&P slid 7.9%, 9.1% this week, respectively, according to Dow Jones market data, with the former falling into correction territory. All right. Now, there are also some changes there. I don't know if they're rumors or facts, but it looks like President Trump is asking Powell to cut the rates. I don't know if it's going to be happening on May 7th, but take a look how things change. A month ago, it was 46.6% probability of the cut. Then we saw the increase in inflation, so it went down 18.5. And one day ago, changed after the market falling, I guess. It changed to 33.3% currently. That's the probability of the interest rate cut on May 7th. Economic calendar, a few things on the economic calendar. First of all, it's a public information. You can access it on our web trader or the app. Also, you can just Google it. And I think all the traders, active traders, should be aware of important things. Here, I take out the high impact events only. The times here are GMT. You can look through it, filter, set it up, whatever fits you. Okay, so a few things for this week. We have retail sales from Europe on Monday. Wednesday, we have interest rate decision from New Zealand. FOMC minutes for the last meeting. That's important. We'll kind of try to understand the thought process of the Feds. That's on Wednesday. Thursday, we have consumer price index from China. Governor of Australian Bank speaks on Thursday as well. CPI data, it's coming out on Thursday as well. From US, Friday, CPI from Germany and a PPI from US, followed by Michigan consumer sentiment. Going to be interesting to see the sentiment after the market falling and everything else. Okay, so these are the things that we expect in the economic calendar for this week. Now, here, not many gainers, tons of losers. I didn't even put indices here separately. We'll just take a look at the charts, how they really look. A few winners, cocoa up 5.6%. In the Forex world, we have Euro, pound 1.5% higher, Euro dollar 1.25%. On the losing, the biggest losers were silver 15%, copper 14.5%, and crude oil just tanked, I think, to the levels of a few years ago. We'll take a look at the charts when we get there, down 10%. On the losing side, Aussie dollar 4% almost, pound yen 2.39, dollar Swiss down 2.3, and dollar yen down almost 2%. Swiss franc, it looked like it was strong. Also, euro was strong until Friday. But into the close of the week, I think Swiss franc kind of kicked in again, the safe haven. So these are the mostly losers and few winners. Okay, let's move to the charts. So we said the indices had a terrible week, terrible Friday, of course. Let's start with China. China, as we said a while ago, it couldn't break through that 13,700, and it slowly was sliding. And Friday was a huge sell-off, and then we kind of recovered roughly 45, just visually thinking maybe 45% to the upside. Of course, the US indices suffered the most. We have NASDAQ actually went into the bear market territory, lost about 20% since the high. Take a look, terrible week, and take a look what we came to. We came to the level of August sell-off right here, right? And the big question, and that's what today's format is going to be a little bit different, because we know it's a downside pressure. We'll just try to see, the daily levels, the weekly levels, what could be a possibility for continuation or reversal. So here in NASDAQ, again, it's in bear market territory. That's what they call when the market goes 20% down from the highs. So the question is, will we go lower, retest this 17,350? Let's see, what was the low here? We were about 36 points away at the lowest point on Friday. S&Ps, a huge move. We actually went passing that week of August 4th and closing lower. So it looks, technically, it looks weaker, even though overall it lost less than NASDAQ. So it down 6% on Friday. And on Friday, only 14 out of 500 stocks within the S&P were up. So we are below the 100 moving average, still above the 200. So that's on S&Ps again. As we close below that week of August 4th, which was at the level of 51.20. The question is, will we stay below and continue lower? Let's just set it up for us for the upcoming week. What was the number here again? See? So the low is here, 51.20. Let's set it up here. 51.20. The big question here, will we continue? If we do continue, we might be checking the next stop at 49.63. Of course, the 5,000 psychological level would be support. We all know, we felt it, that the downside pressure is very, very strong. The public needs to digest all these moves and news and everything else, and analysts and everybody else. So as of now, we did close below that support, and let's see what happens the upcoming week. Take a look. Dow Jones also closed below that level. The low here was 38,539. We closed about 90 points lower. So similar to S&Ps, we'll be seeing whether we continue lower to the next support around 37,360s or 380s, or we manage to pop up again and start building support. Who knows? I mean, we do know that some big funds are sitting on cash. We know that Warren Buffett sits on cash over $300 billion. The question when he's going to start buying. I'm not sure if this initial move will kind of push him to do anything, but you never know. If you zoom out to the monthly chart, there's a lot of space to go should we continue lower, but the panic is there. Russell is the weakest small cap, which broke through previous few of the support levels. German DAX had a big drop, a big weekly drop, erasing lots of advanced move here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like 10 weeks to the upside was erased pretty much in 2 weeks to the downside. UK also broke to the previous. And that's why I said today's webinar, it's a little bit unusual because we know everything. We can just say one sentence. We are going lower and close the webinar. But the purpose, we're going to go through some instruments and try to see if we are approaching any serious levels here. So UK sits right here on the 100 moving average here. Let's see if that holds. France, as well as a lot of actions, a lot of tariffs that potentially could be affecting Europe, Japan, China. I missed actually the Japan. Let's take a quick look. Also, huge move. I think Japan reacted mostly to the downside as we actually did reach the 200-day move. This is the week, sorry, 200-week moving average. We are far from, I mean, we're way below the daily. So on the weekly chart, we just reached 200-week moving average on the Nikkei, the Japanese index. China, we are below. Let's just go through all of them just to keep an eye. Okay, so here in the weekly chart, we are below 100 a week. This is the weekly chart again, just to correct myself, below 100 weeks here. Same thing on Dow Jones, and Russell way below the 200. So Russell is weak, and China and Japan are weak. We are trading below the 200-week moving average. So that's as far as indices. Now, individual stocks. Let's start with NVIDIA. As we know, NVIDIA kind of was a leader and then became a lagger. Not the lagger, but something that dragged the Nasdaq lower. So take a look. We are trading below 100. The closing price on Friday, 94.57, and the level of that August 5th, the drop before we're going lower, there was 91.89. We almost reached that price on Friday, but then we recovered a little bit. So that's on NVIDIA. Now, if I'm already here on MT5, I just want to show you the two ETFs that sometimes we mention here. The SQQQs, which is the ProShares Ultra Short QQs that goes in reverse with NASDAQ. As you could see here, we had a nice move here on SQQQs, 3 weeks. We broke through 200-day moving average here. And if NASDAQ continues sliding, we can break out through this resistance here. And just to give you an idea, on February, mid-February, we were at the levels of 26 and closing at high 30s. And another one that goes together with VIX, as we know, VIX had a huge move, up 51% on Friday. So if you take a look at UVXY, take a look at this move from 20s to 40s. We're talking about almost 100% move within just 2 sessions, right? So that's UVXY. All right. Let's move to we just go through the big boys, big names, and let's take a quick look. Tesla, move to a daily chart. Tesla is down on Friday. Google, we'll bring the weekly chart just to see. We did break below that August drop. So the question is similar to the indices. Are we going to continue lower or not? Apple, the same thing, a huge drop, no recovery at all on Friday. Microsoft, below the previous support of December 2023, super weak. Intel came back to the starting point between 19 and 20 after trying to move up on the new CEO. Meta at the August support, September support, a little bit better. Okay. Worth mentioning, we'll take a look at the oil at the moment when we get to commodities, but Exxon and Chevron, they just fell out of bed. Take a look, huge gaps here from 119 to 104. Chevron, same thing as oil reached super low levels here. So that's, and the banks, as we know, I mentioned a few times, we have to be watching the banks as banks are very sensitive to what's happening. Take a look, huge gaps on banks. We have Goldman dropping probably 100 points in 2 sessions, it looks like it. That's pretty significant. JP Morgan, the same story, coming to support level here. Bank of America just drops. Let's see on the weekly chart. Yeah. Super panicky selling with the huge gaps and continuation. Citigroup as well. So as you could see, all the high rollers, stocks, and the banks are selling across the board. There's a lot of panic, and it could be just the beginning. It could be that traders will look at it as an opportunity. But if you take a look at S&Ps as a general indication, we'll take a look at the hourly chart. It was not really a recovery at all on Friday. You could see the last 3 hours, we just kept on going lower, closing almost at the lows. So as you could see, just to summarize the equities, a huge downside pressure, huge panic across the board. Asia, Europe, individual stocks are selling, lots of pressure to the downside. Okay, let's go to commodities. I'll start with oil, as oil was a huge loser, even though copper and silver lost more. You know what? Maybe let's go in that order. So silver looks like was the biggest loser. We went from 33.94 to 29.15. That's in 2 days, right? huge drop in silver. On the weekly chart, we came right to the level of possible support here. Copper, I think with global markets selling and China selling, copper, after the recent huge move to the upside, it just tanked in 1 week. Take a look. Take a look how many weeks it took to reach that level. In just 1 week, it was erased. And on the daily chart, we stopped right on 200 moving average, which is significant. It could be that from here we'll have some kind of a correction on Monday. If not, we might be sliding lower to around these levels here, around 419, 420, looking for possible support around these levels. That's where we start running the recent move back in beginning of February. So that's copper. And now we come to oil, right? Crude oil, where are you? Here we go. Take a look. 3 consecutive days from low 70s to reaching 60. We were at 60.47, the lowest point, before we recovered a little bit. 3 consecutive days, and that's what I told you. The level we are on. If you take a look here, this was December 2021. That's where we closed, but we were even below that. We were at the level of August 2021, briefly on a Friday, closing again at the level of December of 2021. That is almost 3.5 years. Huge drop on oil. Let's take a look. How the week starts. At least we know that this level is our recent low. We might go and retest it, 60.47. Let's set up this level here. 60.47. This was our low on Friday, and it's going to be interesting. Should this drop attract some buyers, or after the weekend, the selling will continue and maybe get more intense? So that's on crude. Let's go through the others. Gold. We did have also 2 days of sell-off here from the highs. We just made a new high on Wednesday, 31.67.62. And Thursday we sold, and Friday we sold. We are holding above 3,000. Let's see how things working out. Palladium, 3-day drop coming to level of support. Sugar and coffee, we've been talking about them. They're holding the support level on sugar. Coffee sold on Friday, coming to support here. Natural gas also sold on Friday, below the 50-day moving average here. Platinum, as all the metals, silver dropped, platinum dropped with it, and it came to the level of January, beginning of January of this year. 4 consecutive sessions to the downside. Let's take a look at the grains, see how they did. Wheat, with the spikes, it's holding this level, so it could mean that they're taking the stops out before going higher. As every time we have spike, we're still coming, closing above the 528 level. Corn, it looks a little bit stronger. We had 2 green days here on Thursday and Friday. And let's take a quick look at soybeans. Soybean was the leader, and it sold tremendously on Friday. So it was the strongest out of grains. Take a look. We were at 10.33 the beginning of the week, and then we just dropped, closing at 9.76 1/4. Okay, so that's commodities again. Oil dropped, metals dropped. Gold is still holding about 3,000 as it is a safe haven, but the rest of the metals really sold. Big question: will it attract the buyers, or will the selling continue breaking the current lows here? Okay, moving to Forex. Let's take a quick look at dollar index. I know dollar suffered a lot with the announcement of the tariffs. That's what on Wednesday here. Thursday we gapped and continue lower. Friday we had a nice recovery here. So we'll go to all the majors, just try to see what's happening here. So this is the mirror level, of course, of dollar index. We have Wednesday and Thursday to the upside. Friday we came down, and this current level, the level that we mentioned a few times, it was a resistance here. We broke through it on Thursday, retesting it. So if we could establish the support around here above 109.30s, we might continue high here. Pound, it wasn't as strong as euro. We did break on Thursday above, but Friday we came right back, and closing 128.94, around 129. Euro pound was super strong here. Euro continued higher against pound Thursday and Friday. And on the weekly chart, if we continue as we did break through the previous resistance, we continue, we might actually go and retest 0.86 levels here. A lot of actions here, as you could see, strong resistance. If we do continue higher and reach that level, we might have a nice war around that level. USD CAD, as you could see, we're trading below the channel. If you remember, I mentioned that the longer we are in the channel, the stronger will be the move. So this move, we did break below the previous attempt, hit right into the 200 moving average, and the next day recovered the previous loss, hitting that bottom of the channel. So if we don't manage to come back in, this could be a strong resistance, and it could signal possible continuation to the downside. If we do come back into the channel, we might continue this accumulation process there. Dollar Swiss, as we said, Swiss kicked into the safe haven process Wednesday and Thursday. Huge sell-off. Friday went lower, but had a nice recovery, closing at the bottom of the previous day. And this level here, 0.6622, was a strong support. If we can't break it, we might actually switch into resistance on this level, and we might actually look for a further move to the downside. Dollar yen, Wednesday and Thursday down, Friday a little recovery. Yen is also strong. Let's take a look at the yen against all other currencies. As just to remind us, three major safe haven instruments. That means when the risk off is in play, when the market is selling. So historical safe havens are gold, Japanese yen, and Swiss franc. It looks like we're coming back to that. Take a look, Aussie yen, CAD yen, Swiss yen up. That means the Swiss is the strongest safe haven as of now. Euro, yen, kind of equal, right? A lot of sparks up and down, but sitting in the same spot. Pound yen selling, and New Zealand super selling here. So from what we just went through, we could see clearly that Japanese yen, Swiss franc, and gold are still holding as safe haven. Let's take a look. The current level is holding. Should we continue lower? It's always a question. I guess we'll find out when the market opens. We might see some news as far as countries trying to reach and negotiate the tariffs. I think that's the play of Trump, first threatening and then negotiating, coming from the point of power. And let's take a quick look at the cryptocurrency, see how they do. I think Bitcoin is trading at around the same level here, currently at 82,500, 82,686. We had few attempts, but we're not really moving anywhere. And take a look, as a 50-day moving average is really approaching that 200 moving average. We might see that cross, which could be signaling to some analysts as a selling scenario is coming up to Bitcoin. Can happen, it might not happen. I guess we'll find out. As of now, it looks like Bitcoin is holding for something. So you could see moves up and down, but the closings are pretty much around the same level. And XRP actually did dive below 2. That was on 2nd and 3rd of April. Then we came right back, trading currently at 208. So the $2 mark is still holding. We are above the 200 moving average on XRP, on Ripple. All right, that's it pretty much from the technical perspective and fundamentals. Don't forget about the social media. Please subscribe, write your comments on YouTube, share, click likes. That would really help for other people to watch this on YouTube. To summarize it, like I said, we could have just said it in one sentence. There's a huge selling pressure across the equities. The 3 safe havens so far holding. Out of them, Swiss franc is stronger than Japanese yen, and gold are holding as well. The indices are super down. Nasdaq is in a downtrend or bear territory, bear market territory. Dow Jones and S&Ps on the correction territory. On Friday, out of 500 S&P stocks, only 14 were up. Clearly, downside pressure prevails, and I want to wish everyone a good weekend. They'll have a few hours and enjoy it, get some energy, spend some time with your families, get ready for the upcoming week. Be cautious, control your risks, have a plan, and have a wonderful and successful week. All the best.